Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today we're going to be discussing the newest character reveal that'll be released in the version update after 2.6. And before we get into today's video, let me know which character you are the most excited for that has been revealed so far, or which character you're waiting on a rerun for. Lastly, if you enjoy videos like these, do make sure to subscribe to win your next 50/50 and also hit the like button to support the video. Now, let's get straight into it. So just a little bit ago, we got revealed the newest character in the version after 2.6, and this character should be coming out after Sunday, which I'm going to assume it's for version 2.7 rather than 3.0, and it is none other than the 5-star version of Tingyun. I absolutely freaking love this artwork. Oh my gosh. Especially how fluffy her tail looks. She looks so freaking pretty, and I'm actually really happy we're getting a new version of Tingyun, and I can't wait to see how she'll be in the story, especially with the little hints that they gave in the recent HSR story quest. But when it comes to her element and path, she will be a Fire Nihility character, which does add to our fun roster of Fire Nihility characters alongside Jiaoqiu and Guanifan. It is interesting in my opinion though that we are getting another Fire Nihility character so soon, but it does make me think she'll more than likely provide different benefits than Jiaoqiu for team comps, and when it comes to our Nihility roster, depending on what potential debuffs Tingyun will be able to inflict or team amplifying capabilities, she could end up either being centered around a team archetype, for example, let's just say damage over time, or she could end up being a general debuffer that could benefit a lot of teams. When it comes to our Nihility roster, I generally tend to keep an eye out for them, as Nihility characters have the potential to massively debuff enemies, deal very powerful amounts of damage onto enemies, and so on. I would also say if you do play Acheron or damage over time centric teams, keeping an eye out for upcoming Nihility characters can be pretty worthwhile, as it can potentially provide an upgrade for your current Acheron or damage over time team, and it does make me wonder if they'll take any aspects of 4-star Tingyun's kit. For example, the energy aspect. That would be really cool if the new Tingyun had anything to do with being able to assist energy as well. And that could be pretty huge for teams depending on how much energy it is, what her potential debuffs are on top of that, and so on. So that would just be a pretty cool thing in general, but I thought I'd go over the benefits of our Nihility roster that we've seen so far in Star Rail, similar to how when I went over Sunday, how he'll likely be a very valuable pull due to him being a Harmony character. When it comes to our Nihility roster, Nihility characters provide pretty nice value depending on your teams and characters on your account. When it comes to Silverwolf, she'll be able to massively debuff an enemy as well as implant a weakness onto that enemy as well, which she can assist as a general debuffer to assist with damage output of the team, as well as those who may be lacking elemental coverage on their team or account against enemies that they are fighting. Silverwolf is also a nice option on Acheron teams, and as mentioned, of course, works nicely as a general debuffer. As for Pela, she's a 4-star I always recommend building, highly recommend, because of the fact that she can basic attack frequently, which can assist with skill point usage, and of course her ultimate will inflict an AoE defense drop onto enemies, which can nicely improve the damage of your teams due to the defense drop allowing your damage dealer now to inflict more damage onto those enemies. Especially if you are using an AoE damage dealer, then you'll be able to take advantage of the AoE defense drop from Pela's ultimate to its maximum potential, as you'll be able to take advantage of all the enemies having their defense dropped from her ultimate. As for Acheron, she is a Lightning Nihility character who is currently one of the best DPS characters in Honkai Star Rail with how powerful her damage output is from her ultimate. Acheron works nicely alongside Nihility characters who can inflict frequent debuffs onto enemies, such as Silverwolf, Jiaoqiu, and so on. As mentioned, keeping an eye out for future Nihility characters can be worthwhile to add a new unit who can further upgrade your Acheron team, as Acheron is able to handle endgame content very well, ranging from Memory of Chaos, Pure Fiction, and Apocalyptic Shadow, which makes it pretty worthwhile to invest into the team. As for Kafka and Black Swan, both are great options for damage over time centric teams, as Kafka can assist with detonating damage over time, and Black Swan assists with reducing the defenses of enemies, which now improves the damage output of the team, inflicting Epiphany onto enemies with her ultimate, and also inflicting Arcana stacks onto enemies, which can result in nice damage output from Black Swan. I have noticed that a lot are actually looking for another damage over time character though, to potentially upgrade the team further, which can be a good reason to see what the upcoming Nihility characters will be able to do in the case of whether or not it could potentially upgrade damage over time teams even further. Just as one more example, Jiao Cho is able to inflict frequent debuffs onto enemies, which essentially he can have a incredibly high uptime to essentially 100% uptime during battle. His debuff Ashen Roast will be able to increase the damage that enemies take, and when Jiao Cho's ultimate zone is active, now enemies will take additional damage from characters' ultimates on your team. Jiao Cho is a very nice character to use alongside Acheron as he provides nice quality of life, especially for those that do not have E2 Acheron or Acheron's signature light cone, and he can assist with getting Acheron frequent stacks for her ultimate, which now allows for more ultimate usage, as well as his debuffs being able to nicely improve her damage output. Jiao Cho can be used alongside other characters as a general debuffer due to how Ashen Roast will increase the damage enemies receive, and he'll be able to nicely benefit characters that have powerful ultimate damage. Overall, a lot of the Nihility characters can provide value for certain archetypes, or as I mentioned once again, work really nicely as a general debuffer who can assist a large amount of team comps. While we don't have too much information on the 5-star variant of Tingyun, I personally hope that she can either improve damage over time teams, or is a general debuffer that can vastly provide value for multiple teams, as that can make her value pretty high, especially for those who are looking for a character that can be used on numerous teams, and also a character that has a super fluffy tail. Now for our upcoming new characters, for version 2.6 we will have Rappa, who is an Erudition imaginary character, and then for the version afterwards we'll have Sunday, who is also imaginary and he is Harmony, and then the new Tingyun, which allows for the opportunity to get supportive options or a new damage dealer depending on what you're looking for on your account. And of course, depending on our reruns, this can provide even more options for everyone to be able to get what they're needing the most for their account. Also, since Rappa is the only new character of version 2.6, if you do intend to skip her as well as the reruns of version 2.6, this allows you to have an entire patch to save Stellar Jades for Sunday, Tingyun, or potentially even both, depending on how many Jades we get and how many you currently have saved up. I'd love to know though, which of these characters are you excited for the most, and if you plan to pull for any of them, just based off their design, or if you're looking to know more about their kits, or if you're actually waiting for a specific rerun. Personally, I'm very excited for Sunday and the new 5-star Tingyun the most, as I'd love to see what utility they can provide for teams once we get more information on them. That'll be all though for this super quick video for my thoughts on the newest reveal, and for those interested in Rappa, stay tuned for videos coming very soon. The live stream will actually be, I believe, in a couple hours from now from this upload, so I'll be sure to give my thoughts on Rappa just from what we see from the live stream and all of that good stuff like I usually do. And I hope you all did enjoy this video, and if you did, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and I hope you all have a great one. Peace.